Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, all Tibetians all over the world. I say good morning to every Tibetan who are in the morning. Good afternoon to all Tibetians who are in the afternoon. Good evening to all Tibetians who are in the evening, especially Nigerians. And good night to all Tibetians who are in the night. I am very happy to be back again on another live broadcast today, Monday, 27th of August, 2018. It's actually a pleasure being here once again. I want to first of all apologize for my inability to do broadcast in the last 2 to 3 weeks. It's actually due to the schedule of work and the unavailability of time to do my broadcast. I'm actually sending my apology to all my listeners and viewers for my inability to come on live in the last 2 weeks. I am very happy and delighted to be here once again. I welcome you all to the live broadcast today, 27th of August 2018. It's 6:37 p.m. Nigerian time, and that is why I'm saying good evening to all Nigerian television who are actually watching the live broadcast today. Today, I'm not going to bore you with so much talk as I'm going to look into the blog and discuss some issues that are very important, some important blogs that TBC admin has put in place, most especially the one that has to do with the cash flow and the spread of the TBC or the development of the TBC community. I want to share my screen so that let me go to the blog. I want to go to the blog. Yes, this is the first of the TBC blog that I want to discuss with you. It is titled Fast Start System of Multiplying Income. The blog was actually released on August 24, 2018. That was Friday. So the blog was is actually one of the most important things that was discussed in the Send button meeting today. And Bitcoin Randy took time to analyze the blog and the chart in the blog explicitly. When you look at the blog, it's actually a tree with branches and fruit. That is the representation of the TBC community. When you look at the blog, it actually depicts the entire thing that is happening in the TBC community as explained by Bitcoin Randy in today's Send button meeting. In today's Send button meeting. So I want to believe that yes, the blog has explained everything that has to do with the TBC community. The blog actually has an indication where you have a seed that the beginning of the TBC community starts with a seed. That means the seed now represents the gift that the TBC admin is giving to every newcomer, everybody, every member that joins the TBC community. That is the seed that the admin is sowing for everybody. And this seed will actually metamorphose or transform into a growing tree that will have branches, and after the branches you have the fruit. So I'm going to explain one by one each of those items that is in charge. When you talk about the, I said the start or the beginning of the TBC community, of the beginning of you being a member of the TBC community, is the first thing that the admin gives you a gift, and that is like a seed that is sown into your life. The gift is like a seed, and when it fruits, it is when a purchase is made. When it actually grows, that is when what a purchase is when it comes out, that is when a purchase is made. The next one is the root. The root are the leaders and broadcasters, and they need love and respect to grow strong for all of us. That seed that is planted by the admin in everybody's life will have to start by spreading the root so that they can actually, when you look at the root of a tree, it's like the power, the strength that keeps the tree to stand firm. The strength that actually holds the tree when it starts growing. And these are the representation of the leaders and the broadcasters in the community. The leaders and broadcasters in the community are standing as a root to the seed that is germinating, that is spreading, and have branches and fruits. Without the root, the breeze will just come and carry the tree away. So the broadcasters and the leaders in the community, the likes of Bitcoin Randy, Dan Lewis, friendly marketers, Stephen Coffey, and all the leaders in each country are standing as the root of the seed that is planted by the TBC admin in every member's life. The next that we're still going to look at is the trunk. Is the trunk. So the trunk is when we get our household to join. As when you join the TBC community, a seed is planted in you that by the seed of, so the admin gives you the gift for joining the community. A seed is planted. And when you now bring in, so because you have to start propagating the message of TBC community from your household. And when your household joins, that is when you have a trunk. You are beginning to get established. You are beginning to get yourself established. That is to start with your household. After which, from the trunk now grows the branches. From the trunk now grows the branches. The branches will now start coming out. That is when you now spread your tentacles to your closest relationship. The branches come from our 10 closest relationships that join, and the links come from the Facebook marketing. So after the trunk, you have the branches, which comes from our 10 closest. When you leave your household, the next point of contact, the next point of connection is your closest relationship. Your brothers, your sisters, your uncle, your niece, your extended family. That is where you need to spread the news and ensure that they also join. They now serve as branches to the seed that is growing with the root firmly stand with the root firmly holding the tree, which are the leaders and the broadcasters. So you now have the branches as your closest relationship. So the next thing after the branches is what we call the fruit. Then that is when the tree starts bringing out the fruit. The fruit is the individual purchases that multiplies our daily income. Those members of your household, those closest relationships, those uncles of yours, those sisters of yours, those nephews of yours, those those extended families of yours that you introduce to the community, and they now did an individual purchase, becomes the fruit that you have, and that will continue to multiply your daily income, because those members of staff, those members that actually join you, your closest relationship, your family, your your family, you start with your family, your closest relationship. Every one of them that joins the community and make a purchase will not do a purchase from any other person except you. And that is where your daily income starts coming in. So everything that you have in this analysis, in this blog post, in this description, in the analysis of a seed, transforming into with a root, starting with the root firmly on the ground with the broadcasters and the leaders, now germinating into trunks, spreading branches, and now start to bring out fruit. That is the whole truth about the TBC community. The Abi started by actually planting a seed in each and every member of that joins the TBC community, and from there you start spreading the news to from your household, your your daughter, your son, your wife, and everybody joins you, including every other person that is living within your household. So thereby you go out and spread it to your closest relationships, which of course transform into fruit when they make purchase. When each and every one of them make purchase, it transforms into fruit, which becomes a daily income from for you. And that is the truth about the whole TBC community. Let me even read what the TBC admin has put in place. Some people look at the TBC opportunity and wonder how they will get a consistent daily income from it. They ask, won't I run out of people to talk to about TBC? I don't know a lot of people, that is the assumption. I hope by the time they read this article that they will understand how easy it will be for them to create an explosive income that can even become passive as they install the proper structure. TBC is not an MLM, multi-level marketing. Is not multi-level marketing. TBC pays better. Read over the posters above and you will begin to understand how magnificent the opportunity to earn is in the fast start system created by admin, yours truly. The beauty of the TBC fast start system is that you don't need to be a salesperson. We don't sell TBC. Instead, we plug people into a system that begins by giving them a gift of over 2,000 in digital money. The 2,005, 25,000 kringles that admin is giving by at the point of joining the TBC community is worth over $2,000 in digital money. That is a cool gift for everyone that joins the community. As soon as you join the community, they will give you $2,000 worth of cookies, which can be redeemed for Ringos by the end of by in November, which is the next redeemable period. So at least so as soon as you that means I said that the CBC is not an MLM because it pays better. It's not a multi-level marketing. You are not selling CBC. What you are doing is propagating the news and spreading the gift to every nook and cranny of the world. Billions of dollars of digital money will be distributed by the end of November. Yes, that is the cookies reward period. So what you need to do is to ensure that yes, you gather as much cookies as possible for you to be able to redeem them in November. Cookies reward system allows you to both receive and share the gift. That is what I have said earlier on, that as soon as you join the TBC community, admin gives you a gift of $25,000, 25,000 cookies, which is redeemable for Ringgood by November. So it gives you two opportunities. It actually gives you the opportunity to receive the gift and also share this gift to every other person that is yet to be in the community. The ever expiring list of merchants accept this digital money was, yes, it is no doubt a fact that merchants are coming in into the TBC community. And yes, TBC is continues to actually getting a better and a more acceptability in some other in some countries. At least we still have some of the merchants in Nigeria, like the TBC Farunum is actually doing accepting TBC 100% TBC for purchase of goods and services. So we have some schools in Nigeria also that is accepting 100% TBC for payments of tuition fees. We have schools in Lagos, we have schools in Abuja, and some other places in Nigeria that are accepting 100% TBC. courtesy of TBC Faruna. So this guy is actually doing a wonderful thing in Nigeria now and needs to be recognized by TBC because he's actually doing a very good job in Nigeria at spreading the news, at spreading the gospel about the TBC community. We are on a mission to end global poverty, starting with this gift. For everyone that receives the gift, that person is already a millionaire by the time TBC reaches the 1 billion mark of membership. That is the target. So by the time TBC reach the 1 billion membership in the community, the person that actually received the gift is actually will become a millionaire. Instead of paying transaction fees forever, there is a $10 lifetime wallet fee. What they have been is only requesting from you is just the payment of a $10 lifetime wallet fee, which gives you so many advantages. I cannot even call it a double advantage because by paying your $10 lifetime wallet fee through your Ringo cashback office, you have two advantages. You have two advantages. Your life, you have paid your lifetime wallet fee at the same time renew your Ringo cashback office, which actually allows you to benefit from so many opportunities that is in the TBC community. You'll be able to attend the same button meeting. You'll be able to actually contest for so many contests that is going on in the TBC community. You'll be able to actually do your broadcast and receive rewards through the Ringo cashback office. Get Payday in any currency to assist us in our worldwide distribution. I've said it earlier that TBC community is in the distribution stage and it is our responsibility, the core responsibility of each TBCian in the community to spread the news and ensure that yes, a lot of people are actually giving the free gift. The reason why we are giving away so much money upfront, $2,000 worth, is a lot of money to give away. It's because we have a new kind of money that we want to spread around the world quickly, and it's easier to give it away than it is to sell to people on the idea of our new money. In fact, we have more than enough of this money to give the same gift to over a billion people all over the world. This gift by itself is amazing. It's amazing. Receiving this gift is like a seed that has been planted, and when the receiver purchases more Pringles, that is like a seed sprouting. The very nature of a seed is to multiply. That means trying to now explain that diagram, that analysis that was actually put up. The one apple seed could over time create an entire orchard filled with thousands of apples, each with more seed inside them. In TBC, each seed owes around $100 of income for the owner, and once the owner develops an orchard, they will earn a massive income from the $100 each that they have collected out of it. Roots develop when you gain a strong connection to our TBC leaders and broadcasters. And if you have any difficulty in quickly gaining $100 a day consistent income, you should hire a TBC coach that is already successful in TBC to help you to achieve that kind of income. A plant without roots will always die. It is up to you to make the effort to build a good relationship with our TBC leaders and broadcasters. Leaders and broadcasters need love and respect. It is up to all of us to provide them that love and respect. If we don't provide that, they will leave us. Our TBC leaders and broadcasters are under no obligation to help you. You are in no position to make demands on them. Just reach out to them and show them some love and respect. And I assure you, they will be happy to help you grow in our TBC community. Doing nothing is not growth. They will lead you towards doing profitable activities and you will gain income from that. Later, you have the opportunity to become a TBC leader too. So you can also help others to succeed. Leaders Act is reward and I highly recommend it. We should all be using the TBC Fast Start system to earn daily cash flow. Ignore all of the junk you see online saying they have a better way to earn in TBC. Most of those are scams, and soon enough we will cleanse our TBC community of these scams. The steps of success within our TBC Fast Start system can be found here in this article. Follow what the leaders teach you to do to complete all of these steps correctly, yielding an explosive income that comes from daily cash flows here in TBC. If you are not earning at least $100 a day in TBC, you are not doing something the right way, and the leaders can help correct that. Again, hiring a TBC coach will be one of the best investments you will ever make in your life. It is totally worth it. Receiving the gift is one thing, but sharing the gift is where all the fun begins. A new member will be lead to share the gift with everyone within their household right away. Even a 1 day old baby can receive this gift to make their future bright. Getting this gift into the hands of everyone in your household is like the formation of a trunk of a tree. The activities of signing up everyone within your household will provide the strength needed to have a daily income in the TBC. Just like the trunk of a tree is where the strength can be found in a tree. It is important not to skip over this step. Each of them should complete $100 purchase so that none of them miss out on becoming one of our TBC millionaires or billionaires. The gift is not enough. This will be done through a partnership and you will earn a 50% commission on all of them that live with you. Next, you will be lead to share the gift with the 10 closest people in your life. Your best friend, your boss, your favorite uncles, and so on. You already have a strong relationship with these people. They care about you. They will likely listen to you when you are sharing out the gift with them. As they follow the system and complete their purchase for themselves and their household, you will start to earn a daily income and enjoy some additional cash flow in your life. It is from these people you begin to branch out within our TBC community. On a tree, branches need to be strong enough to hold all of its fruit. The strength we are talking about is within you. You have the seed and you become the whole tree with all of its branches. You gain tremendous strength from the activities of sharing the gift with the 10 closest people in your life. Again, don't skip over this step. Many people have tried to skip over this step, and it's like watching a tree try to produce fruit from just leaves and no branches. That kind of a tree is not very fruitful. There is a proper order to all things, and if you do things out of order, then it turns into a big mess. Be teachable, be coachable, be the student or apprentice first before you try to make it on your own. We are a community that has been around for over 2.5 years, and we are ready to help you get off to a fast start so you can earn daily cash flow. Isn't daily cash flow better than a weekly paycheck? That is the big question that the admin is asking us, and I hope we're going to take to this and be able to gain and earn more in the TBC community. If you follow the steps thoroughly and judiciously, I'm sure it is a better way to start earning a fast track income from the TBC community. It doesn't really take that long to develop a full-time income in TBC because nothing pays better than this. But if you approach TBC the wrong way, you will experience a great deal of frustration. Again, I highly recommend hiring a TBC coach right away so that you will do TBC the right and proper way that always leads to fast success. Do you want fast success? Very big question. After you have signed up the closest people you know, it is time to look at your Facebook account. As leads, you can give them the gifts too. You may become very popular on Facebook as you share this wonderful gift valued over $2,000. Facebook marketing is not natural. Naturally, most people approach Facebook marketing in a way that is ineffective and likely to draw trust into your life. Our Facebook marketing approach has a proven track record of success and is very fruitful. Facebook marketing will develop the leaves on your tree, and before you know it, you will have so much fruit from it that you can't keep up with picking all of it by yourself. The magic number is 50. Start 50 new charts a day using an icebreaker. It is unwise to share the gift with people you hardly know without breaking the ice first. All of the instruction on how to properly Facebook market are here in this blog, but I really think 90% of the people will need a TBC coach at this point to teach them in a hands on way how to Facebook market effectively. The best investment you could ever make in yourself will be hiring a TBC coach. What happens when you have an orchard of trees all producing fruit? The truth is, it is too much for an individual to pick it all, and fruit spoil if you don't harvest it properly. Before you know it, you will see the need to hire help. Start by hiring a personal assistant. Hire people as you go to capture the fruit coming out of your orchard of trees. This is how an explosive daily income can develop into a passive daily income. Imagine being the boss and your employees do all the work for you. You will be rich. A passive income means you can have the time, freedom to live the lifestyle you want in less than a year. You can have it all and be set for life. That is the message, and it is fully loaded. Honestly speaking, admin have killed it all. It is a fully loaded message, and it is something that we need to read over and over again so that it will be part and parcel of each and every one that is in the TBC community. This is a highly loaded message that needs to be taken seriously by every division in the TBC community. So let me look at some other blog and see. The next one is September cruise content will be the last cruise content. So TBC admin is already telling us that we are in the last cruise contest for the third year anniversary. So the September cruise contest will be the last. Since we are a global community and we need enough time for the winners of the cruise contest to get visas to the countries, to be visiting on with the countries we will be visiting on our anniversary cruise in March 2019. That's why September will be the last cruise contest. We are going on this cruise as a winner and not please visit or not, please visit a local travel agency experienced in getting visas for a cruise that depart the song that enter the country for the month of September. One, you must either attend or view a weekly send button meeting. Now you have three choices. On Mondays, we have the English version. On Tuesday, we have the French and Hindu send button meeting. Don't miss this meeting. You must do at least one approved broadcast per week. And the first broadcast needs to happen either on or before September 7th. Broadcast empower you while lifting up the whole TBC community. Get your first broadcast done on the 7th or before you will not even be in the race to win the cruise. It's a minimum of 4 broadcasts spread out weekly in the month of September. That is the qualification for the September cruise content, which is going to be the last cruise content before the anniversary and before preparation and the anniversary in 2019. In order to win, you have to be in either first or second place of producing paid recruits within the month of September and fully qualified as stated in bold. Both winners will get their own interior stateroom on the cruise, and each room holds 2 passengers, so you can bring someone with you on the cruise. If you have already paid to go on the cruise, you will be given the equivalent value in Bitcoin as reimbursement. strongly suggest you go ahead and purchase your cruise ticket now while the price is still low and still rooms are still available. The ship is filling up fast. It's going to be a fun-filled adventure for all. That is the message from TBC admin telling us that yes, September cruise contest is going to be the last to the third year anniversary celebration. So every Egyptian is advised to take advantage of the September cruise contest to be part of the the third year anniversary of the TBC community. So there are other blogs that is actually interesting, but I may not be able. Yes, a law firm, dealer's perspective and fast track system to earn 100. Yes, a law firm offering services worldwide now accept 50% TBC and 50% card. That is a camera. I highly recommend cash flow coaching. What now? Yes, thank you. So there are some other blogs. You just get yourself logged into the blog and you still enjoy. So that is the message from TBC admin, and I hope you can also go to the blog and read more of this message from TBC admin. The message is highly loaded and is explanatory enough. Until next time when I come on you again on another broadcast, I remain yours sincerely, Taufik Adeniyi Ayinla, signing out now and say God bless, peace.